I'll teach you everything you need to know about tween service and camera movement in 5 minutes. There's a service called tween service, which is really cool and simple to use. What this service does is it takes a starting condition and an ending condition and it changes the object as you specify. First, I'll show you by using it on a part in a server script. So we have this part right here. To get the service, you just do game get service, tween service. First, I'll show you how to create a tween. A tween is kind of like its own data type thing, and we use the tween service to do that. TS, and then we create, and this takes in 3 arguments. The first argument it takes in is the object that you want to manipulate. In this case, it's the part. The second is the tween info. This is just a unique data type, just like vector3 or color, but unlike those, this one takes in a lot of arguments. I'll go over them briefly because I trust you guys can understand them. Let's name it tween in. And to create it, all you have to do is tweeninfo.new, and first argument is a number of how long you want the animation to last. Let's say you want it to last 5 seconds, and it takes it in seconds. The second is an enum of the easing style. If you don't know about animation, it's okay. You can just look at these and you can mess around with them and try them out on your own. Let's do cubic. Third is easing direction. If you don't know about easing style, probably don't know about the direction, but it's really simple. If you mess around with it, you'll figure it out. Let's do in and out. The fourth is how many times you want it to repeat. So set it to 0 if you don't want it to repeat at all. This is a repeat. Now how many times it's going to do it? It'll still do it once, but it won't repeat it. The next argument, you don't have to do all these arguments, by the way. This one is going to be a boolean on whether you want it to reverse after it's completed. Like it'll go through the whole animation, and then if you want it to reverse what it just did, you set it equal to true, but I don't think I want that, so I'll equal it to false. The next argument is a number in seconds of how much you want to wait for the animation to play after you tell it to play. I want to do it right away, so I'm just going to make it 0 so it can start right away. So once we have this looking how we like it, all this tween info, we can set it in as our second argument. Our last argument for this create method takes in a table. The table should be structured as follows. I'll just name it local tab. It should be structured like this. The key is the properties that you want to change. For example, if you want to change the part size, that should be the key if you want to change the size. And the value should be what you want that size to be equal to. So let's say vector3 dot. You want this to grow big. 30, 30. And remember, it's a table, so you have to put the comma at the end to separate the values. And then maybe you want to change its position to, I don't know. You can pick any property you want as long as it belongs to this object that you said right here. Once you're happy with that table of properties and values, you can set that table in as the third and final argument. So once we have our tween done, let's set that equal to a variable, and we can play it by accessing it and then using the play method. And I'll show you what this looks like. See, whoa. Pretty cool. And I showed you all this on the part because now we can do this on the camera, because using the tween service to move the camera allows for nice fluid animations. I'll just copy this stuff and I'll put it down here. But we can't change the color of the camera. We can't change the size of the camera. Instead of changing the part, we're going to change the camera. And instead of position, let's just use C-frame equals C-frame dot new 50, 50, 50. You see it moving to 50, 50, 50 all smooth like for 5 seconds. And I hope you can see how this is useful. You can make it to make some cool cinematics for your game or intro screens, whatever.